In these videos, I will guide all of you how to bulk generate 100+ videos for SaaS, Reels, no subscriptions, no API, no Canva, no CapCut, all run locally on your machine without internet access. In this version, there will be a setting that makes YouTube duplicate filter system harder to detect if you are having a lot of videos that have the same background. We will be talking about this later in this video. And now I will guide all of you how to use the version 1.1. There's actually another video on how to use the version 1.0. I will leave it on the top right corner of this video. So if you are interested on more details, you can give that video a try. Now let's get into it. First on, you extract the zip file. Then you click on the folder. Now you click on the app. Alright, when you see the screen, this is completely normal because my app is still new and I haven't purchased any digital signatures from Microsoft yet. And the app is completely safe, so you can click more info and run anyway. Okay, and this is our UI for version 1.1. If you haven't used version 1.0 yet, don't worry, I will give you guys a quick guide again. Before we start, let's make our workspace more comfortable. You can click on the app, then click Window plus left arrow, and then select the folder again. Now you can click and drag to adjust the window. Alright, cool. And this will be our new workspace. Now let's get into the details. Our first section is the base videos. This section has been changed a lot if you compare it to the version 1.0 because it is now support multiple input videos and you can choose the base videos mode in cycle, shuffle, or random. You can read how does this mode work by hover your cursor on them. Now let's return to our base videos section. You can click the add button. And then we go to the example folder of our folder. Copy the directory, then paste it again. In here, I already provide you 4 example videos. You can go ahead, shift select all of them. Now click the open, and boom, all of your videos are already inserted into the app. You can use the rest of the button to adjust the videos if you want. Also, there's one more thing you need to remember. Our recommended resolution of the videos is 1080 and 1920. The reasons I will explain later in the video. Now the next section you need to know is the quotes file. If you don't know how it works, here a quick explanation. So in the example folder, I already provide you an example text. This will be our quote file. Let's open it. Now as you can see, there are some text lines in here. But what is our pattern? First of all, the tool only renders the text line. For example, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lines. So our output will have 10 videos rendered by the tool, and the empty line will be skipped. So you don't have to worry about them. They are not necessary. What about the vertical line? The vertical line simply tells the tool this sentence will down the line at this position. You will understand after we render the tool later in this video, so do not worry. Now let's continue with our settings. There are some obvious settings like font size, line spacing, font color. Now about the font, there are a variety options for you here to choose. But what if you want to add or remove a specific font? Well, it is pretty straightforward. Just go to the folder where your tool located. Now get into the internal, go to the fonts, and here you are. Just paste your TTF file or any font file in this folder. Or if you want to remove any, just hit the delete button, and voila! Now you have to restart the tool, so it's gonna reload the fonts for you. And our next setting is text vertical offset. Changing it will also change the offset of the text vertically of the video. Next is the box opacity, box color, and box padding. These are the settings for the box background behind the text. We also have box mode of each line, single box, and no box. If you choose no box, these settings will become useless And now we will move to the most important setting that has been added to this version, the micro variation. So basically this setting will tell the tool to slightly random your output video in brightness, contrast, or even offset, but in a small amount, which will make the YouTube algorithm harder to detect if your background video is the same. So you don't have to worry about that YouTube will mark your video as spam or duplicate the video because you have the same background using again and again. But you have to remember, this option only makes YouTube algorithm harder to detect your duplicate videos. This will not stop the duplicate detecting system of YouTube, but make it harder to detect. But you don't have to worry about that because my channel is still alive and didn't get any notification from YouTube duplicating system yet. Just make sure you do not spam too much video if users created your channel. Then I do not think having too many videos with the same background is really a problem anymore with this tool. I will show you how it works exactly when we begin to render. Alright, cool. Now before we render our videos, let's go back to our quote file field. Click the browse, then select our example text. This will be our quote file. And for the output folder, the default folder will be located in the internal and output folder. In here, you can change the output folder of course. Let's try to change it into the example output. Select folder. Now everything is okay, let's hit the render button. Now we wait. And boom, on video rendered. Here's are your 10 videos, equal 10 text slide, according to our quote file. Now let's take a quick compare between them. Let's go back to our example output again, and let's compare them with our quote file. And here is our 10 text file, 10 videos. Now, as you can see, this is our first text slide. It will be rendered into one video, and the vertical line will down the line in that video too. This is our second one. The crowd recognize human face. This is the third one. Sharks rarely get cancer. Fourth one. So basically, whenever you want to down the line, you just need to insert the vertical line at that position, and the tool will down the line at that position for you. Pretty easy to understand, right? Alright, and now I will show you how the micro variation work. The first thing we need to do is create 10 same videos so you can see it's easier. Let's delete all of them. Let's copy the octopus one and go for 10 lines. Alright, now we will have 10 videos that have the same contents, but we need 10 videos that have the same background too. So let's go ahead and delete the 3 last videos, remove them, and keep the first one. Now for the example output, you can go ahead and delete them. Alright, now let's hit the render button again. Oh wait, before that, you can try to set the strength to 1 to see it more clearly. Now let's click the render button and wait again. Alright, cool. All of our videos has been rendered. Now let's take a look closer to them. And this is how the micro variation work. It will slightly change each individual videos and make them a bit different if you compare them to the other one. Looks pretty cool, right? But if you notice, this will also decrease your video's quality. So by default, you can leave it at 0.4. It still works as our expected without affecting too much our video's quality. Alright, and now let's get back to the problem that we mentioned before. Why I recommend you to use the videos that have the wide 1080 and height 1920. Well, honestly, you can use whatever dimension you want. But the problem is if you want to batch multiple videos generation, you must have the same dimension for all of them. For example, our current one is this dimension, but what if we have another videos that have a different dimension? For example, wide 608 and height 1080. Well, we will see. Let's edit our new videos into our tool, lower dimension one. Now let's reduce our example text into tool, save, close it, and let's go to our example output. You can delete the old one, and then hit the render button again. Alright, now we have seen the problems. In our lower dimension videos, you can notice that our font and line spacing is bigger than the old one. Because our setting over here, the font size, line spacing, or even the text vertical offset is meant to use with the videos that have the dimension of 1080 and 1920. If you are trying to use a lower dimension videos, the font size and line spacing will be bigger because they are meant to use for a bigger dimension, not a lower one. Which is the reasons why I recommend all of you to use a fixed dimension videos instead of a custom one. And of course, if you have to use other dimension, you will have to change your font size and line spacing or even the text vertical offset again. So it's gonna suitable and fit for the new dimension. And sadly you will have to do that every single time you want to change the dimension. So using a fixed one or changing the current dimension into the recommended one is highly recommended. And that's all for this tutorial. If you have any other questions or any feedbacks, or if you want anything news in the next updates, then leave a comment below. I will answer all of them in 24 hours. And thanks for watching and see you tomorrow.